Tough interview questions and best responses. If you have ever walked into an interview feeling confident, only to freeze when the hiring manager asks something unexpected, you are not alone. The truth is, tough interview questions are not designed to make you fail. Most of the time, they are designed to reveal how you think, how you handle pressure, and how well you understand yourself. That is why the best candidates are not always the ones with the most experience. They are often the ones who know how to respond clearly, calmly, and professionally when the pressure rises. In this video, I am going to show you how to handle some of the toughest interview questions and give the kind of answers that make employers take you seriously. Tell me about yourself. This question sounds simple, but it ruins a lot of interviews because candidates either say too much or say nothing useful. The best response is not your life story. It is a short and focused summary of who you are professionally, what you have done, and why you are a strong fit for this role. A strong answer sounds like this. I have spent the last few years building my skills in customer service and problem solving, and in my most recent role, I handled client concerns, supported daily operations, and worked closely with my team to improve response times. What interests me about this opportunity is that it allows me to use those strengths in a more challenging environment where I can continue to grow. That answer is clear, relevant, and professional. Why should we hire you? A lot of people panic here because it feels like a trap, but it is actually your chance to make your value obvious. Do not say, "Because I work hard," and stop there. Everyone says that. The best response connects your strengths directly to the company's needs. You can say, "You should hire me because I bring a mix of reliability, communication skills, and a strong willingness to learn. In past roles, I have been trusted to handle responsibilities independently, solve issues quickly, and maintain a positive attitude under pressure. I believe those qualities would allow me to contribute to your team from day one." That answer works because it is confident without sounding arrogant. What is your biggest weakness? This is one of the most feared interview questions because people are scared of saying the wrong thing. The mistake is giving a fake weakness like, "I work too hard," or admitting something that clearly makes you unfit for the role. The best strategy is to mention a real weakness that is manageable and then show how you are improving it. For example, earlier in my career, I sometimes spent too much time trying to perfect small details before moving on. Over time, I learned that strong time management is also about knowing when something is ready and effective. Now I set clearer priorities and deadlines for myself so I can maintain quality while staying efficient. That answer shows honesty, growth, and self-awareness. Why did you leave your last job? This question can become dangerous if you sound bitter, emotional, or negative. Even if your last experience was frustrating, your answer should stay professional. Focus on growth, fit, or a desire for new opportunity. You can say, "I learned a lot in my previous role and I am grateful for the experience, but I reached a point where I wanted a position that offered more room for development and a better match for the direction I want to take in my career. That is one of the reasons this opportunity stood out to me." This type of answer protects your image and keeps the conversation forward-focused. Can you explain a gap in your employment? Many candidates feel embarrassed by this, but a gap does not automatically disqualify you. What matters is how you explain it. Be honest, brief, and positive. A strong answer might be, "I took that time to deal with some personal responsibilities and also used the opportunity to reflect on my career goals. During that period, I worked on improving my skills and preparing for the kind of role I am applying for now. I am fully ready and motivated to return with focus and commitment." That answer removes drama and brings the attention back to your readiness. Tell me about a time you failed. Interviewers ask this because they want to see maturity, accountability, and learning. The worst answer is pretending you have never failed. The best answer uses a real example and shows what changed afterward. For example, in one of my earlier roles, I underestimated how long a project would take and ended up having to rush the final stage. The work got done, but I knew the process could have been better. That experience taught me to plan more carefully, communicate sooner if timelines are tight, and build an extra room for unexpected issues. Since then, I have become much better at managing deadlines. That answer turns failure into evidence of growth. How do you handle pressure? This question is really about emotional control. Employers want to know whether you stay effective when things get busy or difficult. A great response sounds like this. "I handle pressure by staying organized, focusing on priorities, and breaking problems into smaller steps. I have learned that pressure becomes much easier to manage when you do not react emotionally and instead focus on what needs to be done first. In previous roles, I have worked through busy periods by staying calm, communicating clearly, and making sure I stay productive without losing quality. That answer makes you sound dependable and steady. Why do you want to work here? A weak answer is, because I need a job. That may be true, but it does not help you. A strong answer shows that you know something about the company and that your interest is genuine. You could say, I want to work here because your company has a strong reputation for quality and professionalism, and I like that this role would allow me to contribute in a meaningful way while continuing to grow. I am especially interested in joining a team where high standards matter and where I can build on the experience I already have. This makes you sound intentional, not desperate. What makes you different from other candidates? This question is your chance to stand out, but you need to do it with substance. Do not just say you are better. Explain what combination of traits makes you valuable. For example, what makes me different is that I combine professionalism with adaptability. I take my responsibilities seriously, but I also learn quickly and adjust well to new expectations. I do not just focus on completing tasks. I also pay attention to how I can support the team, improve the process, and represent the company well. This kind of answer is powerful because it goes beyond basic qualifications. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Interviewers are not expecting you to predict your future perfectly. They want to know whether you are ambitious, realistic, and likely to stay engaged. A smart answer is, in 5 years, I see myself having grown into a stronger professional with deeper skills, greater responsibility, and a solid track record of contributing to a team. I want to keep learning, take on new challenges, and build a career where I can add real value rather than simply doing the minimum. That answer shows direction without sounding unrealistic. How would you deal with a difficult coworker or manager? This question tests your professionalism and emotional intelligence. Employers do not want someone who creates drama. A strong response could be, if I had a difficult situation with a coworker or manager, I would stay respectful and focus on communication. I believe many problems can be reduced by listening carefully, avoiding emotional reactions, and discussing the issue calmly. My goal would always be to protect the working relationship and find a practical solution rather than making the situation bigger. That answer shows maturity and teamwork. Why should we not hire you? This is one of those questions designed to catch people off guard. The best way to handle it is to be thoughtful and turn it into a statement about fit and commitment. For example, if you are looking for someone who only wants to do the bare minimum and avoid growth, then I would not be the right person. But if you want someone who is dependable, coachable, and serious about doing the job well, then I believe I would be a strong addition to the team. That answer is clever, confident, and controlled. What salary are you expecting? This can feel uncomfortable, but the key is to sound prepared and flexible. You can say, I am looking for a salary that reflects the responsibilities of the role, the value I can bring, and the market range for similar positions. I am open to discussing the full compensation package and would be happy to hear what range you have budgeted for this position. This keeps the conversation professional and avoids locking yourself into the wrong number too early. Now here is the biggest secret behind answering tough interview questions well. The best answers are not about sounding perfect. They are about sounding prepared, honest, and professional. Interviewers are not usually searching for robotic answers. They are listening for confidence, self-awareness, communication skills, and the ability to stay composed when the question gets uncomfortable. If you can pause, think clearly, and answer with purpose, you immediately separate yourself from candidates who panic, ramble, or become defensive. So before your next interview, do not just memorize random lines. Practice the structure of strong answers. Keep your responses focused. Use real examples when needed. Stay positive even when discussing challenges. And most importantly, remember that every difficult question is an opportunity to show the employer how you think. If you can master that, you will not just survive tough interview questions. You will use them to make a stronger impression and move one step closer to getting hired.